With faith as her light, she leads the way, balancing burden night and day. Her strength, a gift from the divine, in service, both home and world align. I dedicate these words to Dr. Nakhat Nasreen in honor of her wisdom, strength, and unwavering dedication. And today I had the opportunity to meet Dr. Nakhat Nasreen. I hope it will be an inspiring experience for you all. Assalamu alaikum, ma'am. How are you?
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yes, of course, I am fine.
Ma'am, it's very amazing. I have gone through your studies and you were very extraordinary students. Ma'am, please share your journey with us.
Yes, of course, I was a good student at my school level, and I remember that throughout my school life, I used to top in my class, and Alhamdulillah, in the 10th examination also, in my board examination, I was the topper. Then I came to Aligarh Muslim University, which was my dream at that time,
Mashallah.
as many others also have the same dream.
Yes, ma'am.
So I came to Aligarh Muslim University in the year 1981, and I was admitted to Women's College in pre-university course. That was the last batch of pre-university, and after our batch, the system of 11th, 12th and graduation that came into function. So ours was the last batch of pre-university course.
मैम आप एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज़ में भी काफ़ी एक्सीलेंट वर्क किया है मैंने देखा।
Yeah, that was my hobby, and I was very much interested in co-curricular activities in my school time also and in my college time also. And mostly I was participating in essay writing, debate, and sometimes in drama also, Badbazi, which was my favorite, and I have always won some prize, mostly the first prize in these activities.
मैम ये बहुत कनेक्टिंग लगा मुझे। मैं भी एक साइंस की स्टूडेंट रही हूँ। आपने साइंस से एजुकेशन फील्ड में अपना करियर चूज़ किया। सो व्हाट मोटिवेटेड यू टू परस्यू करियर इन एजुकेशन?
When I was doing my MSc, my brother was here, and he insisted me to pursue B.Ed, though I was not at all interested in doing B.Ed, but he advised me. So I obeyed him, and after doing my MSc, he then insisted me to do M.Ed. I was willing to join a journalism course, but he insisted me not to join journalism but to do M.Ed. And I think he was a visionary that time. So I just obeyed my elder brother, Dr. Masoodul Haq, and it is his dua or whatever I can say, or it is the result of just obeying my elders that I joined here in this department as lecturer when I was fresh M.Ed. I have just completed my M.Ed and only 2 months were passed, and I was appointed here on a temporary basis at that time, but after some years I was permanently fixed here as lecturer in education, and there is no break in my service.
वेरी नाइस। मैम आप एक वीमेन प्रोफेसर हैं एंड आपके ऊपर एक डबल बर्डन होगा, जैसे कि हम देखते हैं सोसाइटी में कि वीमेन को डबल बर्डन फेस करना पड़ता है। फैमिली का भी प्रेशर होता है, वहाँ पे भी हमें मैनेज करना होता है, एंड यहाँ आपको अपने करियर में भी आप माशाल्लाह अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह एक एक्सीलेंट प्रोफेसर हैं। सो इस डबल बर्डन को आपने कैसे मैनेज किया?
Yes, this is difficult to handle both home and department at the same time, and you know, a woman has to sacrifice something for his career, for her career. A woman has to sacrifice his time. She has to sacrifice some of her interest or enjoyment at home. I am a good cook, but most of the time I did not cook at my home, because if I start cooking at home, I will be involved in just cooking, and it will require lot of time and energy. So I don't have that much extra time to give to home. So I prepare for my lectures, I consult books, and I give privilege to my studies. I give weightage to my academics in comparison to my home and my dinner. But I do not compromise with guidance to my child. I have only
Very
one
nice.
child, so I don't compromise with his guidance. So where do I compromise? I compromise in my social activity. I will not say that I am not social. I am very much social. I have a big horizon, I must say, of my friends, and I have good friends. I have a well knitted family. We, my brothers and sisters, are very well knitted to each other. We have a strong bond among our brothers and sisters, and I am involved in all social activities of my family, which is very, very important and very, very necessary. And I am involved in some other social work also, but my personal enjoyment is very less, and sometimes I take a break when I need it. I take a break from my academic activities, and I enjoy life by visiting some places and visiting my family members, my neighbors and others.
Good, very nice. Ma'am, what do you think, what should be the good quality of a teacher for an effective teacher?
The first thing is that there are some essential requisites of a teacher, and then comes the matter of quality. So having sufficient knowledge, extra knowledge of his subject, and having a good command over the subject, over the discipline in which a teacher is, and having essential communicative skills are the two important requisites of a teacher.
मैम आपकी अपनी टीचिंग फिलॉसफी में क्या इम्पोर्टेंट, व्हाट्स योर टीचिंग फिलॉसफी बेसिकली?
My teaching philosophy revolves around the honesty of teaching. I prepare notes honestly. I consult good books before teaching, and I try to give my best to my students. So I prepare for that, and I don't carry any burden, any tension to the classroom. I just leave all the worries of my personal life or society life to outside. When I enter the classroom, I leave all those worries and tensions outside, and I enter the class with a fresh mind to focus on my lecture, to focus on the subject matter which I have to deliver, and I focus on how my students will understand whatever I am going to share with them.
Very nice. A genuine and magnanimous
Yes,
teacher.
that
Nice.
genuinity, that devotion and honesty of learning and honesty of imparting knowledge is the core of my philosophy of teaching. Then there are other things also, like consulting internet sometimes, and thinking about how to prepare and how to present myself before my students.
Pre-planning for teachers,
Yes.
post-planning teachers.
Yes.
Good.
So 24 hours my thinking process regarding my job work is there with me. I am 24 hours involved with my topics, with my teaching task. What I have to teach is round the clock going out inside my mind.
मैम एनवायरमेंटल एजुकेशन में आपका काफ़ी इंटरेस्ट रहा है, आपने बुक्स भी पब्लिश की हैं, सो कैन यू प्लीज़ टेल अस व्हाट डू यू बिलीव कि एक एजुकेटर को एनवायरमेंटल अवेयरनेस प्रमोट करने के लिए क्या करना चाहिए?
First of all, a teacher of environmental education should himself be aware of the environment, should himself has an understanding of his environment, which includes all types, like not only this landscape or physical environment, physical, social, emotional, man-made, and this learning environment, which is very important for a teacher. All these come under environment. So if we talk exclusively for the physical environment or the natural resources of this world, the earth, which we talk about mostly, and the entire web or the network of social, emotional, academic, and natural resources and activities, this network and its functioning should be known to a teacher. So he should be aware of the issues related to the environment, whatever the type be. Then he should have a deep understanding of the environment, and he should have the skill to practice all those things. So practice is very, very important. For example, if I go out of my room, whether it is my this chamber or in my home, I put off the light, I put off all the switches. When I am brushing my teeth, during that time I off the water tap. I don't allow the tap to running and the water going waste. So first I should practice, then only I can inculcate these things in my students. So practice and realization of the importance and the preciousness of our environment is very, very important, and practice is the utmost requirement.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, who has been your biggest inspiration throughout your career?
I must say the biggest inspiration throughout my life, which includes my career and my school days also, is my father.
Mashallah.
In addition to my father and mother, I had very good teachers at school level who have trained me, who have developed my personality. So whatever I am today is because of first my father, my mother, then my teachers at school time. When I came to this university and I joined Women's College, there also I learned many etiquettes, manners, politeness, and the way of dressing and wearing from my college teachers, the lady teachers who were there in AMU Women's College at that time. When I went to Department of Zoology, I learned dedication, hard work, focusing on the subject matter, and revising the subject matter again and again, the drill, the practice that I learned there. That is mastering over the subject matter. So I was trained how to gain mastery over the subject in my MSc time, when I was doing MSc in Department of Zoology, and at that time there were very good teachers in that department. Then I came to pursue my B.Ed and M.Ed in Education Department. Here also I learned many things: honesty, dedication, and transparency in doing work, and guiding the students who are coming here for getting some training in pedagogy, who are coming here to get training about how to teach. So there were teachers in my subject, Professor Farid Ahmed Nizami, who was very dedicated and a perfectionist, I must say. So he used to correct our lesson plans very accurately. So I learned many things from him. Then my teachers, Professor Ali Akhtar Khan, Professor Najmul Haq, Professor R.C. Deva, Professor Tehzibul Hussain Rizvi, I think. So all teachers were very good teachers, and I also remember Professor Safiya Sultana, who make him learn how to give patronage.
Yes, ma'am.
And I learned shafqat and muhabbat from my teachers, Professor Najmul Haq and many others. They were very, very disciplined, very sophisticated, highly learned people, and all of them have a good impact on my personality. So I am obliged to each and every teacher right from the very beginning, from my school days to this department. All teachers were good teachers, and I have learned something from each and every of them. So I owe my debt to all my teachers.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, we would be the future teachers, so please advise something for us. What should we do?
As a teacher, my advice to my future teachers is, number one, be honest in your studies.
Yeah.
Collect the information and the knowledge from authentic books. Try to read out good books in the field, not just be confined to only one or two books. Try to consult as many sources as possible. Second thing, when you go for teaching, be prepared. Revise your notes again and again so that there is no humiliation felt if you forget something.
Okay, ma'am.
And be punctual. Go to the classroom in time. You should focus on your lectures. You should pinpointedly cover each and every aspect that you have thought you will discuss in the classroom, and you should focus on helping your students understand the concept. You should not be confined to only that limited topic which you are assigned in that very period of time. You should try to give them some extra knowledge also, some deep knowledge also, because whatever you will try to help them learn, they will gain only 25 or 30% of it. So if you want them to fetch maximum of your lessons, then teach them or cover more points than required.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for giving such valuable time with us. Thank you.